So I thought I was recording for the last 5 minutes, and I wasn't, so whatever, which is fine, because I'm not really in my natural comfort state right now, I guess. I'm in a new place, a new setup. I don't have the screen, because I really can't be fucked to deal with brightness settings right now. It's early, I'm tired, and yeah. Mudo Auxilio. Revenant. That's what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to just do like a small review. Like a small review of a little thing. I'm so fucking tired. Mudo Auxilio's Revenant is an 80%. Get that out of the way. This is a positive review. I like it. I got it. I went to this place called Radstorm for a little punk fair. And I walked up to one of the guys and I said, "Hey, do you got any industrial punk music?" And he said, "Well, I don't got industrial punk. I got some industrial ambient. If you're into falling asleep in a weird way." Yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. This is the cassette, Revenant. As you see that, it's got a little sticker. I mean, he could have just bullshitted that. Excuse me. This is annoying. I am bleeding. Fuck off. And here's the back. Take it out. It's really cool. It's like a purple, some blue dots, and green. You can't see the tape at all. You see it on the bottom. You can't see it in the little window. So you just gotta kind of... I don't know whose great idea that was. I tried to do some research on it just to let you guys know. I went to the Bandcamp. I just looked up Mudo Auxilio. And it brought me to Chondritic Sound. I hope I'm saying that right. Chondritic Sound. It's literally, there's no Mudo Auxilio Bandcamp because if I'm not mistaken, I think I kept coming across two names. Gre Holger and Chris Reinshagen. Those dudes have a lot to do with Chondritic Sound. I think it's like a collective for artists to sort of upload their music. And I just tried looking up stuff by those two guys, and basically all of it's just really weird, very, very experimental, just noise. Which, I mean, which I like, but I don't like when it's just straight up noise. Like, I like a song with at least some kind of structure. It doesn't have to be a general, generic structure, but I need to be able to idealize it in my head of what's going on in the song. I can't just be hearing garbage. I need some kind of at least like slight pattern. I need to know where the song is gonna go. I try to go into the genre via the Bandcamp of what exactly Revenant by Mudo Auxilio is. It had words like noise, industrial, ambient, experimental. Revenant as an album, in my opinion, goes over really, really well because it has those four things going for it. It's dark, it's creepy, unsettling. It at times sounds like you're just hearing someone speak in tongues, while a very minimalistic and brutally digital like drum beat goes over. And there's not a lot to this album. Like, I find sometimes one of the main problems with it is for the first few months of me listening to this album, I could never remember what song was what. There's only 5 tracks on it, but sometimes the songs don't really stand out enough to make me really like that song as a whole. It's a really good album to put on in the background of whether you're doing work, doing homework, playing some video games, cleaning, preparing for your day, because it's very drony, it's very pushing, it's very static, and sometimes, at least for me, when I'm listening to music that there's a lot going on, I focus on that more than the music. You think I've never sneezed while holding a beverage and then burned my leg? Not today. I wrote some words to try and explain it, very driving, droning, and intoxicating. I find with this album, you can put it on, and as long as you're willing to give it the time to really develop itself, and listen and focus in and pull yourself out of a standard music experience, like The very first song, Wormwood Ancient, the whole song just has a dun 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 that just goes throughout the whole song, and then some snare fills and like this weird like synth pattern that goes up and down very slowly, which, you know, I'm not a super big fan of. Like, it's alright. I enjoy letting it play. Especially this first half of the album, I'm not a super big fan of. The second song, Avarice, it's kind of cool because it's almost like it's a drone, but it has little break beats inside of it that are extremely compressed. Super muddy. Not one of my favorite songs. I like the concept, I guess. It's one of those songs that I kind of just play because I'm listening to the album. The first song in the second half is called Alchemy Doubt, which sounds a lot like something off of the Shoo Shoo Plays Twin Peaks album. It's very, very, almost like wet and stringy, and it's like hanging around. And it sounds like I should be walking through like a level in Bloodborne, or I don't know, some kind of swamp, or maybe even a cave. It's very dank and decrepit, and I think it's really cool. In my opinion, the best song on the album is Enduring Vex, which comes right after it. It's very bouncy. You can do one of these while it's playing in like a really sick and twisted way, I think. And then the very last song, Curved Blades, is extremely upbeat. I definitely think it adds to the fact that the second half of the tape is a lot better than the first half in terms of iconic music that I can really pick out. So yeah, like I said, it's about an 80%. It's really short. It does what it does very, very well. Sometimes it's hard to distinguish songs upon the first few listens due to, you know, sounds and things really not standing out from one another. I personally kind of wish that there was a bit more experimentation on this album. Maybe that's what, you know, Greg and Chris's other stuff is for. But I don't know. So, like, I wish there was a bit more change up in some of the tracks. Some of them go on a bit too long of the same thing, which I understand is you know, the point, and I really enjoy long songs. But when it's the same sound over and over and over and over and over again for 8 minutes, I find it hard to prefer to listen to that than maybe, I don't know, anything else. That the second half is completely different while still retaining that, you know, energy or feel from the first half. So yeah, that's about it. That's all I'm going to say. Revenant by Mudo Auxilio. Check it out. Bandcamp, Chondritic Sound.